Hydration is key. Exactly. And I mean, this is the only time where I was like, man, I want them to pause for longer because, yeah, you're talking about the map play. And that is true both on the map as well as in the fights. 5ManMidas is going to look to clump a lot less than Stratyk will be. Stratyk's ranges aren't that high, and they're going to want people to bunch up nice and smoothly to all get together in that Mars arena, in that Dream Coil. 5ManMidas is going to try to avoid that.
Mm-hmm.
The choke points are for Stratyk, the open fields are for 5ManMidas.
Yep. And we are going to have Moonlight standing on an Earth Spirit. Platinum to Earth Spirit, so one of his favorites, it looks like.
That explains everything. No, I'm a big Earth Spirit fan. I think one of the best ways, especially as a pos 4, but in general, to get better at your awareness of how much you can get out of your kit, about distances in the game, etc. Like Earth Spirit is one of the best heroes to play in order to get good.
Mm-hmm.
So I am joking, but also actually no.
Raza is looking here. They're gonna get the 2-man poison touch here, but Adrian coming forward, not gonna be able to get that bounty rune. It's gonna be picked up here to roll forward, and Adrian is going to die first, and Vol getting the kill. It will still be 2 bounty rune apiece. It looks like actually who's gonna pick up the bottom one. As at the same time, Moonlight just gonna roll on away.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it will be 3 bounty runes for the Radiant plus the first blood, so a great start for the Radiant side with 5ManMidas.
Absolutely excellent. And now Vol is going to be laning up versus Adrian here. And he's got a pretty great advantage here because normally Huskar thrives on his range advantage over people. Look at them closing the distance here. He knows he's got to get on top of Vol in order to deal the damage.
They're gonna go roll in though, and Adrian is gonna turn around upon. If they kill him again, he doesn't have a TP, but Raza a little bit too much of a nuisance to commit onto the Huskar further.
It's important to notice, though, that what we usually bring to lanes is health regen, and especially cores don't bring mana regen all that often. A lot of Vol's firepower is in his blast, so getting that out of the way is important for this top lane.
There's going to be the Nether Blast coming out here onto Raza. Meanwhile, though, Moonlight is going to be the first one to fall. Adrian taking so much damage in return. One more right click. He has a stick. Ooh, close though. So close.
You know, since I've started casting, sometimes I don't want to click on them anymore to see if they have a stick or not, because that ruins the surprise. I just want to sit there in suspense, like, is that last burst going to come or not?
Mm-hmm. But also, like, this right now is, like, very, very heavy pressure from Vol. Like, Adrian forced to farm under tower, while Vol, like, threatening him the entire time, especially with the help of Moonlight on this Earth Spirit. Like, this seems such a great laning combination. Also forces away the poison touch from Raza, and with that, oh, they're gonna put down the Nether Ward. pesky Nether Ward. Wait,
that's a very early investment.
So Nether Ward now reduces spell damage. Does it reduce the damage from burning spears? I wouldn't think so, since that is like an auto cast, like a attack modifier thingy.
I don't actually know that, but instinct says yes, and also the point should be moot here because Huskars don't skill burning sphere in lane usually anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's my thing in general. It's just like a small little thingy there. I always feel like I forget about that, like that spell damage reduction. Like at level 4, it's 25%. Like you deal a quarter less damage on all of your spells in that area, and especially if you're low on damage on your lineup already. That can make a big difference. Suddenly, you don't burst down heroes. Percentage
based always matters. It's the best form of scaling in the game, and we've really only been talking about this top lane, but it's so fascinating how these two teams are struggling for dominance.
It's so brawl heavy. Both are just hitting each other constantly.
As I could tell you guys, mid lane nothing's gonna happen. Like, we're gonna go for kill attempts by rotations from the supports on level 6. Whoever hits it first is gonna, A and B is going to go for the hero kill. RRL is going to go for the tower kill. That's the game on right there. And then bottom lane, I think we're getting to the point now where they might have kill potential, but this top lane, everybody's just playing on the edge of their seats. Boom.
Adrian, the edge this time was a little bit too much there for Moonlight as Vol. Not going to be able to save the Earth Spirit there. Meanwhile, Ray gonna take the sticky bomb from Dana, and the spear connects onto the Ancient Apparition. And with the blast off, looking to finish off the Ancient Apparition, a few more right clicks. One more is going to do it, but Lies is going to get the counter kill onto the Mars.
Yep.
As an AA, I would be happy with that trade.
Yeah, exactly. This is the best you can hope out of for an AA lane, unless you're like completely snowballing it, right? You lane with a core with a stun, you get those cold feet going, and you just keep on killing them. That would be the best case scenario. But the second best case scenario is they go for you, they get you because you're an icicle with no HP, and then your core just mops them up afterwards.
And especially now, the AA is going to come back with full resources, as well able to bring the Wraith King any items that he wants. And he has the Helm of Iron Will, so a lot harder actually to pressure this Wraith King out of lane now.
Elias is pretty much geared up to stay here. And it means that...
Just now looking at this bottom lane, they've gotten quite a few denies on those range creeps already. So looking very, very nice here for 5ManMidas overall.
But they're also not stopping this Mars off one bit.
Oh yeah.
He's having a great time as well.
Now the rotation from Moonlight here into the mid lane. We have the Exorcism. That's going to be the Spirit Siphon onto the puck. To roll in, and he dodges it. Nicely done there by AMB.
Yeah.
Just a little check there by Moonlight. It's like, are you? Oh, no, Courier! What did you do?
Sorry, fingers on the keyboard. Well, my eyes were not on my pet.
Poor Courier. Now a haste rune for the Dazzle. Haste rune can be quite scary with Poison Touch, but he only has 1 point in it. Can you find Moonlight here? It's gonna find him. I mean, Earth Spirit, one of the few heroes that's actually able to get away from a hasted Dazzle. It's a little bit sad about that.
It is, yeah.
Now...
And that little scuffle on mid was a win, by the way, for the Dire. Because that was just catapult down without RL being able to do anything about it. And his wave is just going to die immediately now.
He is going to come in here with the Exorcism doing quite a bit of damage, but with no creep wave to tank for it. Can they do anything further? Spirit Siphon from RL. He just runs at them, knows that if he stays at a distance, the techies can do his techie stuff. And now they force the Glyph. With Moonlight still here, it is scary for Dire to engage. They see the TP, that's going to be a Dream Coil. The roll coming from Moonlight here, looking to fight back here. RRL just using the Spirit Siphon to his advantage, gets away. And does 2 TPs forced from the Dire. So now, like, there's nobody in the bottom lane, and there's no support anymore in the top lane.
Stratyk, you were fine there. That is Mars TPing before level 6 as well, hoping maybe to get experience from a wave or a kill that was going to happen there. But yeah, you have no arena to pop there, good sir.
And now RRL, he's running here at Adrian. Has a Spirit Siphon. It's not quite going to be enough damage to roll. With the urn, do they have the damage to finish off Adrian? He has the stick once again, tries to turn it around now. Gonna jump in, the Inner Fire will keep him safe. Playing with fire there, not only the Inner Fire, but the fire of RRL. As at the same time, bottom lane, they pop the Reincarnate of Lies. He has an armlet. 3 heroes here. Are there any TPs? Lies just going into the trees. Gets the stun around, looking to turn this around onto Curtain Killer. The spear connects. He has the armlet on. There's Moonlight now. Raza, oh no, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. The rock being your spirit, the hard place being a Wraith King.
That is always an unfortunate place to be.
Yeah. But, I mean, At the same time, like, they now force the TPs off the supports, but I feel like that's less detrimental for 5ManMidas than it is for Stratyk, because 5ManMidas, they have just like such natural tower takers. Like we see Vol just by himself pushing this towers. RL has exorcism up in 15 seconds again, and we see the supports, they're coming exactly for that.
Yep. One tower down. I love lineups with 2 tower pushers, man, because you can really drag the enemy team around the map by saying, oh, you need to go here now. There's something happening at your top tower. Oh no, never mind. It's mid. Actually, run back mid.
Yeah. There's now the smoke here from Stratyk, but it was scouted by RL as the nether ward. It's going to be a silence onto the Mars here. It's going to get counter-initiated. There's going to be the Dream Call. The arena comes out, but no spear available there. And they finish off both cores. Moonlight is going to be saved by Vol as well. As now the Grave coming out from Raza, but RL is just storming on forward. Raza is going to die as well, and Moonlight pulls the stone back to finish off the Dazzle. And that's now the second tower down, and the map is closing in significantly here for Stratyk.
Yeah, and there we see the other benefit of having a siege lineup, not just a push lineup, but a siege lineup. Stratyk needs to go in on that one in order to avoid their tower going boom. And that means engaging into all of the area control of 5ManMidas. You're going to have all of the vision because they're already established and you still need to move forward into them. This is so hard if you're Stratyk. And a reminder that we're waiting for a Husker.
Adrian! Is he going to die to this? I don't think so.
If RL gives him a little nudge here.
RL? Oh, it doesn't reach. If that reached, I think he would have died.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
As now the Stratyk, they want to push Radiant out of their jungle. Let the Huskar farm.
Yep. And this Huskar is going to have to be farming. Again, normally this is where you'd start looking towards an armlet on this Huskar. He'd start to get involved in fights already, but this man, he finished up his Sun because he knows an armlet is more likely to kill him this game than not. And that is going to be his item, status resist, making sure the debuff lasts less long, and then straight up into BKB, because that's when he's going to actually get to play the game.
Yeah. And Lies very much avoiding the gank here from AMB and Thana. As now they've lost all 3 tier 1 towers with no trade. This is a very tough position to be in.
Adrian?
Especially... Oh, no!
Boom shakalaka. That was... You gotta love Moonlight for how casually, like almost... He puts that stone down and then he waits a little bit before he nudges it forward.
That's just experience as an Earth Spirit player.
Yeah, and a little bit of disrespect, because he's dead. You know it. He knows it. Boink.
You want to secure the kill. You want to secure the kill. And making sure, like, getting more earn charges. Also, he's going to have that Spirit Vessel. Like, this Huskar, it is not an easy game for him at all. It is such a tough game.
Look at where AMB is. He's just cutting behind the bottom tier 1 because they know they can't team fight for that tower right now. So if he wants to farm anywhere and also push waves out, this is one of the safer places for him to be. And he's the only one on his team who can do this. Hey, I'm gonna use one of my big words here, but if you're Stratyk, this game has already gone tits up, man.
As they're gonna find the silence here onto Moonlight, as well as Vol here. Dream Call committed onto the Pugna, but they haven't been able to finish either off. Vol still alive. At the same time, an arena into the backlines. Ray is going to die. They find Moonlight, but RL now has arrived with the exorcism. He's running in, and this Dazzle is gonna get a Grave off, but it's just gonna prolong the inevitable. They're looking to turn this around onto RL, but RL, he's just too tanky. Dodges! Oh, the ultimate beautifully there with the illusion rune. And RL, he has a silence up if he wants to try for a little play there. Still so tanky with that. This is
such a dumb fight.
As now Vol joins in some more. It's gonna get speared, however, but where is your damage on the Dire side? Yeah, you gotta be careful about that Ice Blast.
There is absolutely no reason for 5ManMidas to take that entire engagement in the way that they're doing. Unless, you realize that you're the absolute kings of this game right now. You can do whatever you want without getting punished for it. Like, they lost two heroes there, come out about 1.5k gold difference on top anyway, because they forced the entirety of Stratyk to group and flail at them while Lies is still pushing waves.
Yeah. And it's a 7,000 net worth lead at 14 minutes. If you took Lies out of this game, it would be an even game. If you took the most farmed hero on the Radiant side out of the game, it would be even. That is the position we're in right now for Stratyk. It is going to be an uphill battle for them right now. Very, very uphill.
Uphill in a snowstorm, both ways, without shoes, and only rocks for dinner.
It's an icy road.
Ask your grandpa about how he went to school, and then show him this game, and he's like, never mind, I'll go to school again.
Let him tell you, I walked an hour and a half every day, barefoot. Dad, you grew up in a city.
Yep.
Yes. Anyways, now there was the good points here. Let's look at the good points here for Stratyk. It was exorcism used without going at a tier 2.
Yeah, true. I mean, you gotta still peel RL off your top tower though if you don't want to take tower damage here anyway. And they can't afford to group here on Stratyk. This is the important part. Normally it's like, fine, we'll just bring more heroes. Right now, if you bring more heroes, you just lose more heroes. So you gotta spread your forces thin and hope you don't get ganked to absolute pieces.
And that is where you mentioned at the beginning of this game how Stratyk, they want to be clumped up, while 5ManMidas, they want to be more spread out, and they have that reach to be able to reach each other. Like Death Prophet, naturally a fast hero. Pugna, naturally a fast hero. The Earth Spirit has roll. This Wraith King is going to have a Blink Dagger soonish. This is all just mobility. Now,
Reach.
gonna go here for a smoke. Okay. S5 actually, so they're gonna smoke S5. Who are they going to find? Looking to invade the enemy triangle. Oh, but that's one thing about techies that is so good. It's a smoke detector with the proximity map.
It is. Elias is like, alright, fine. We got found already anyway. The worst thing we could do is back off now and leave the other mines to pop our next smoke attempts. So he just runs around a bit, pops a couple, steals a camp. And meantime, they have already rotated towards top, and 8MB is on the run like he stole something.
Moonlight, not going to be able to catch up onto him. Still looking for him though, but won't find him.
And he's got those BOTs now, so he immediately makes his way over to bottom. They have a catapult here. This might be first tower of the game for Stratyk. And yeah, I don't think 5ManMidas is pressed to come back for this. They have their 2 shovers top. You can probably take that top tower if you want to. But
they're looking for Roche. They have Exorcism up again. And, I mean,
Escalator.
Exorcism shreds the Roche. Yeah, and with the Deso up on the Wraith King, gonna take this very quickly. Usually the trade is tier 2 bottom for a Roche, but this time it's a tier 1 bottom for a Roche. It is a very tough fight for Stratyk into that Aegis.
Look at the synergy between the Ice Vortex and the overwhelming magic damage coming out from two of these cores here.
Killer still coming in here. Looking, it's gonna snatch the Aegis! Also gets the Roshan kill. He will die for this twice, but yeah, RL wasn't using the Exorcism for it, and because of that it took a little bit too long. And so denies the Aegis away and gets the gold for his team. Nicely done there on the Mars.
Yeah, everybody, casters, players, all stumped by this one man just coming in on his own. 5ManMidas was so sure that they weren't going to come that they were not actually guarding up on the enemy high ground. They didn't have any vision there. They were just all in the pit hitting it.
Now you still have a Wraith King with a Reincarnate, so it's not too bad. They took the tier 2 up top. They're
No.
gonna claim the outpost.
No, and you have still siege, right? So you don't have that situation where your Wraith King needs to be up there in the base, slapping that tower, opening himself up to anything that Stratyk might want to throw at them. You've got a Pugna walking in and out. You can pop an Exorcism on your DP. You have a lot more options for that eventual high ground fight. But grouping for that, losing their bottom tower, not getting even an Aegis out of it has actually narrowed the net worth gap just a little bit.
Now they're gonna find the puck here, but Raza is in the area, and the puck's gonna be able to get on out. So at the same time, Thana just clears out the creep wave and TP's out as well. So they force 4 heroes from Radiant down here, and they don't really get anything out of it. So this is a good trade for Stratyk. Like, they need to keep on being able to do those sort of movements, and it is on 5ManMidas to stop that. As now
Vol just wanders
is gonna
up.
run into Raza here, and Raza is going to die. Adrian, man, you know, Adrian says, well, you tanked the gank for me. Thank you, buddy.
And they do have to take out the Dazzle first as well.
Although there's going to be the Death Prophet going to go on with the spear, but the save from Vol, the roll forward from Moonlight, pushing him back, and with the Spirit Vessel and another roll, that's going to be an easy kill. No save as Dazzle is still dead.
Tough times.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This double silence is so much trouble for Stratyk as well. They really rely on their spells to be able to engage and save each other here. But
Dire's middle tower is under
not 1 but 2 AoE silences make that super hard.
Yeah. Especially, oh, there's going to be a jump forward by Moonlight. Oh, couldn't get the silence out, unfortunately. As now BKB going to be used by Adrian to dodge the Ice Blast. RL snaps the Dream Coil, is going to be saved by the Decrep and pushed away from the blast off. With Stratyk, they're not getting anything out of this. Just beautiful plays by 5ManMidas.
They are feeling it today. And that was BKB reveal not just for the Huskar, which was very anemic, but actually also for RL, who casually received it into the wrong slot, swapped it in, and never needed to use it.
Yeah. And now, like, they took the tier 2 mid, like, very, very methodical play right now here for 5ManMidas. As Mars, gotta be careful. He has a Blink Dagger, gets on out.
Yeah, this is an illustration of just how much of a luxury that Aegis was for 5ManMidas. They would have liked to have it, but would their play have been any different if they got it? No. They still made the tour top, mid, bottom. All the tier 2s get their own concert. Private show. Thana's trying to sneak in, but I don't think this is a good idea.
Oh, there's going to be the roll, the Magnetize to follow up, and they get the kill onto the Techie's Lies. Getting involved with that. And, like, yeah, you said, like, it shows, like, how they still are able to do this. Imagine how they would be able to do this with an Aegis, and, like, how rough it would be for Stratyk as well. Oh, that. So now they have the high ground. They have high ground. They have some good pokes with Spear and Orb.
They can clear a decent bit.
And it's really just prolong the game. It's just number one. Prolong the game as RL is going to get caught here by Adrian. But who has caught whom? I ask. There's going to be the Ice Blast coming through, hitting onto Adrian still. This Shallow Grave coming out. Adrian getting very low here, but will survive for now. Now look to turn this around onto RL. Keller gets in, but Adrian still died as the BKB has run out. It's a 2-for-2 trade as it all said and done, but your Huskar, the one hero that's like the win condition here for Stratyk, did go down.
Like, look at where Vol is, basically on his own. Yeah, there's two people waiting in the wings, but they're not, like, especially Lies was already wandering back into the triangle, like, hey, there's creeps to hit here. Look at this. RL gets found, sees who found him, is like, oh, that's a Huskar, we can kill that.
Yeah.
Just the sheer confidence here.
And it really shows how big of a counter this AA is against the Huskar. Like, if you're in a situation like this, it is so tough to play. That hero is not meant to be behind like this at 22 minutes. As Mars stepping on forward.
I think that the worst part is actually that he's not even behind. His team has been giving him farm priority, and he is the highest farm hero on his team right now. And he is countered so hard that you gotta ask yourself, like, is this investment worth it? On one hand, engagements like this sure make it seem like no. On the other hand, you have no choice. You drafted this Huskar. You are all in for it already.
Yeah,
Better
like,
get him to a point
what is
where
the
he
other
can
hero
resist
you
this.
can give it to?
Yeah, like, who's gonna carry the game for you? Nobody. So this Huskar better get real big.
Oh, there's going to be
Double
a
catch.
jump in with an arena onto 2 with the follow-up from the techies. Do they have the damage to finish up Vol? Vol is dead, but they already lost the techies for it. They're going to find Moonlight. Buyback from the puck now. They want to take this now. Rasa gets a shallow grave of his RL running in, gets the fear from the shard. A few more right clicks to scare the spirits. No! It is going to be Lies who takes down the life of this Huskar. As they're gonna claim a quick set of racks here and potentially a pretty quick game too. What's the way back here? You have 40 seconds without a Huskar. Where's your damage?
You don't have any. You're 13k behind. Like, the enemy is all so tanky with this item advantage that they've got.
There's a full Octarine core on this puck now.
Yeah, casual.
Yeah, very casual. It's now...
Look at where Elias is going.
Lies just going for Raza here. No shallow grave there, please. As now looking for the techies. Techies is gonna go down and curtain killer retreating under the tier 4s. They're waiting for the Huskars. Like, you want to finish that TP? Do you want to? No.
You want to play a game?
And now this nether ward and Dazzle gonna go down. Huskar jumps on in onto Vol here. Vol is gonna fall. There's gonna be the spear connecting onto RRL. RRL gets a BKB out, and with that will survive, gets the Spirit Siphon, and now the fear onto the Mars, and Mars is gonna go down. That's a 5-man wipe here. And 5ManMidas looking really good in the second game.
They're looking so sharp today.
As GGs are called, and with that, 5ManMidas wins the series 2-0 against Stratyk.
And if game 1 was just something that, you know, was a show for us as viewers, like this, it's fun that 5ManMidas is strong here. The second game is really just, yeah, by the way, we're not here for your entertainment. We're here to win. It's over now.
Yeah. As there is the ancient explosion here, and 5ManMidas, yeah, just taking this series 2-0, and Stratyk with that guaranteed now in the relegation.